Episode 17, The Symphony of Stories. Anya, her hair now a brilliant tapestry of silver and grey, sat beneath the ancient baobab tree. Her wrinkled hands held a worn leather-bound book, its pages filled with faded script and intricate illustrations. It was a testament to her life's work, a culmination of stories collected from across the continent, a vibrant echo of the countless voices that had resonated under the baobab's shade. The once bustling marketplace was now filled with a different kind of energy. Young storytellers, their voices brimming with enthusiasm, practiced their craft for an upcoming gathering. Anya watched them with pride, a sense of deep satisfaction warming her heart. The circle of storytellers, the legacy she had strived to uphold, had flourished beyond her wildest dreams. This year's gathering promised to be the grandest yet. Storytellers from far and wide, descendants of traders, nomads, and even a delegation from the distant land of fire-breathing dragons were all converging on the village. The baobab tree, adorned with colourful flags and shimmering lanterns, stood as a beacon of unity, a symbol of the power of stories to bridge cultures and generations. The night of the gathering arrived, and the baobab tree transformed into a stage bathed in the warm glow of a bonfire. Anya, her voice raspy but strong, took centre stage. She began with a story, not from her book, but a memory of Molly, his eyes twinkling with mischief as he recounted his first encounter with a grumpy desert wind spirit. Laughter erupted from the crowd, a shared connection forged through the echoes of a beloved tale. As the night progressed, storytellers, young and old, took turns, weaving their magic. There were tales of heroism and heartbreak, of fantastical creatures and everyday wonders. Each story, unique yet relatable, resonated with the audience, sparking smiles, tears, and gasps of awe. A young boy, barely taller than the podium, stepped forward, his voice trembling with nervousness. He began a hesitant narration, a story passed down from his grandmother about a mischievous talking bird. As he gained confidence, his voice filled with animation, bringing the mischievous bird to life. The audience, captivated by his enthusiasm, erupted in cheers at the end. Anya watched, a tear tracing a path down her wrinkled cheek. In that moment, she saw not just a child sharing a story, but the future of storytelling. The circle had not only widened, it had become a symphony, a harmonious blend of voices, cultures, and experiences. Later that night, as the fire dimmed to embers and the last storyteller finished their tale, a hush fell over the gathering. Anya, gazing at the star-studded sky, felt a presence beside her. It was Zara, her hair now streaked with silver, her eyes twinkling with the same youthful spirit. "They are all magnificent storytellers," Anya, Zara whispered, her voice filled with pride. Anya nodded, a wave of emotion washing over her. "Just like you, Zara," she replied, squeezing her friend's hand, "just like you." They stood in comfortable silence, the crackling embers casting dancing shadows on their faces. The symphony of stories had ended, but the echoes lingered, carried on the wind, destined to find new ears and inspire new storytellers. Anya knew, with a deep sense of contentment, that her journey, the journey that began with a single whisper on the wind, had come full circle. The baobab tree, a silent witness to generations of storytellers, would continue to stand tall, its branches reaching towards the stars, a testament to the enduring power of stories, stories that bound humanity together, echoing through time and reminding everyone that even the quietest whisper could spark a symphony of voices. Episode 18, Embers of Legacy. Anya, frail but with a fire still burning in her eyes, lay beneath the familiar baobab tree. The once vibrant marketplace was quiet, the storytelling gatherings a distant memory. Age had taken its toll, leaving the village a peaceful haven for a handful of families. Yet, despite the stillness, a sense of quiet magic lingered in the air. A young girl, no older than 10, with eyes that mirrored Anya's youthful curiosity, approached her. In her hand, she clutched Anya's old, leather-bound book of stories. "Can you tell me a story, Granny Anya?" she pleaded, her voice a melody in the silent afternoon. Anya smiled, a hint of her old spark returning. "There are many stories here, little one," she said, her voice raspy but filled with warmth. "Which one would you like to hear?" The girl pointed to a faded illustration in the book, a swirling vortex of colors depicting the cradle of the sun. "Tell me about the place where dreams come alive," she whispered. Anya's gaze softened, a wave of nostalgia washing over her. The cradle of the sun, a place etched in her memory, and the stories of Molimu. Closing her eyes, she began to weave a tale, not just of the shimmering lake and whispering wines, but of the lessons Molimu had learned there, the importance of following one's dreams, no matter how fantastical they may seem. As Anya spoke, the girl's eyes widened, her imagination painting a vivid picture of the mystical land. Anya realized then that stories, like embers, could lie dormant for years, waiting for a spark to reignite their flame. Over the following days, the girl returned, her appetite for stories insatiable. Anya, her voice growing stronger with each narration, shared tales from her book, adventures in treacherous canyons, encounters with wise spirits, and the heartwarming story of Molimu's journey, the journey that began with a single whisper on the wind. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery hues, the girl finished reading a story to Anya. It was a simple tale, a local legend about a brave rabbit who outsmarted a cunning fox. Yet, as the girl spoke, Anya felt a tremor of recognition. The story, though different in detail, held the same core message of wit triumphing over brute force, a message that resonated with a similar tale from a faraway land she'd heard years ago. Anya's heart swelled with a newfound realization. Stories, even if separated by distance and time, shared a common thread, a thread woven from universal human experiences, hopes, and fears. The circle of storytellers might have shrunk, but the stories themselves, like embers, held the potential to ignite a fire of connection across generations and cultures. The next day, Anya, with the girl's help, gathered the remaining villagers beneath the baobab tree. She spoke of the stories in her book, of the vast world beyond their village, and the countless tales waiting to be heard. A spark ignited in the eyes of the villagers. They shared their own stories, forgotten folk tales passed down from their ancestors, personal anecdotes whispered through generations. The baobab tree, once again, became a stage, not for a grand spectacle, but for a quiet exchange of narratives, a testament to the enduring power of storytelling, even in its most intimate form. As days turned into weeks, the village transformed. The marketplace bustled with renewed activity, not with commerce, but with storytelling sessions. Children, their voices echoing with newfound confidence, shared tales they'd learned from Anya's book. Elders, their faces etched with wisdom, recounted forgotten legends. The embers of storytelling, fanned by a young girl's curiosity and Anya's unwavering spirit, had begun to glow once more. One starlit night, Anya lay beneath the baobab tree, the old book resting on her lap. The girl, nestled beside her, was fast asleep, her dreams filled with fantastical creatures and faraway lands. Anya looked up at the vast expanse of the sky, a single tear tracing a path down her wrinkled cheek. She wasn't sure how much time she had left, but she knew her legacy wasn't just in the leather-bound book. It was in the embers of stories she had rekindled, in the young girl's eyes sparkling with the magic of narrative, and in the quiet hum of voices that once again filled the village square. The circle of storytellers might have shrunk, but the stories themselves, passed down from generation to generation, would continue to echo through time, a testament to the enduring legacy of a woman who listened to whispers on the wind and ignited a fire of storytelling that would forever warm the hearts of those who dared to listen. Episode 19, Whispers of Forever. The old baobab tree stood sentinel, its branches reaching towards a sky ablaze with stars. Beneath it, nestled in a woven basket, lay Anya, her breathing shallow and her once vibrant eyes closed. The village elder, a kind woman named Imani, held Anya's hand, her brow furrowed with concern. Around them, a hush had fallen. The usual chatter of the marketplace was replaced by a heavy silence, punctuated only by the crackling of a nearby fire. The villagers, young and old, gathered close, their faces etched with a mixture of grief and apprehension. The girl, Anya's confidante, now a young woman named Imani after the elder, knelt beside the basket. Tears welled up in her eyes, threatening to spill. Anya had been more than just a storyteller to her. She had been a mentor, a friend, a bridge to a world filled with wonder. Suddenly, A gentle breeze rustled through the baobab leaves, carrying with it a faint melody, a melody that sent shivers down Amani's spine. It was the forgotten song from the cloud-piercer mountains, the melody that calmed the blizzards, a melody Anya had shared countless times. A gasp escaped Imani's lips. Anya's eyelids fluttered open, a hint of recognition flickering in her gaze. Her voice, barely a whisper, rasped the whispers. A tear rolled down Amani's cheek. "They're back, Granny Anya," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "The whispers are back." Anya's eyes widened, a spark of life returning to them. "The stories," she croaked, her voice gaining strength. A gentle smile touched Amani's lips. "We haven't forgotten, Granny Anya. We've been sharing them, keeping the embers alive." Anya looked around, her gaze sweeping over the gathered villagers. Their faces, once etched with whirring, now held a flicker of hope. The stories, the legacy she had strived to uphold, were alive and well. A weak smile played on Anya's lips. "Then there is still time," she whispered, her voice stronger now. Amani leaned closer, her heart pounding with anticipation. "Time for what, Granny Anya?" Anya reached into her worn cloak, pulling out a small, smooth object, the magical gourd. Its once vibrant surface was now dull with age, but it still held a faint warmth. "The whispers have returned," Anya said, her voice filled with conviction, "but they are different. They are a call, Amani, a call to gather the stories not just from our village, but from beyond the horizon." Amani's eyes widened. Anya spoke of a dream she'd harbored for years, a grand gathering of storytellers from across the continent, a tapestry woven from countless voices and traditions. Anya placed the gourd in Amani's hand. "It's time to answer the call, Amani," she rasped, "the circle of stories. It needs to widen once more." A tear rolled down Amani's cheek, a single word escaping her lips: "Together." Anya smiled, a radiant warmth spreading across her face. Together, they would answer the call. Together, they would ensure the stories, the embers of human experience and imagination, would continue to burn bright, a testament to the enduring power of narrative and the legacy of a woman who dared to listen to the whispers on the wind. As the first rays of dawn painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Anya closed her eyes, a peaceful smile gracing her lips. The whispers on the wind had guided her on a remarkable journey, a journey that began with a single story and culminated in a legacy that would forever echo in the hearts of those who dared to listen. The circle of stories, though transformed, continued to spin, a testament to the enduring magic of shared narratives and the whispers of forever.